Alright kids, Scipio2 here again. A little quick video on something that most all of you have probably either done or had done or have considered doing, and that is replacing your muzzle device. It's a pretty straightforward process, but here's a little video of doing it. This particular rifle is my Smith & Wesson M&P 15 Magpul Mo or Mid Mo. Nothing to it. The flash suppressor that is on this rifle from the factory is very effective. I don't really have any complaints about it. It's kind of long for my taste, but it does its job. It does its job well. But we're going to something a little more high speed, low drag, if you will. We're going to be putting on one of these GRG Miklik style brakes. I put one of these on my 308 bolt rifle last year, and I've been super happy with it, so I went ahead and bought the little sister to that same guy for my AR. Basically, to do this, you'll want something to lock your rifle in. This is just the upper receiver. It's cleared and pinned into a bench vise block and all of that. You'll want a good armorer's wrench. Personally, of all of them out there, I find that this Tapco one is probably the best one. While I'm not a huge fan of Tapco products, this particular wrench, with all of its various options and features, has served me very well. I actually own two of them. One I keep in my range bag and one that I keep on my workbench. Bottle opener, flat blade screwdriver, pry bar, forearm wrench, the muzzle device, a spanner, the new style spanner, old style extension tubes, an extension breaker bar attachment, regular hammer. This little dude right here is 40 bucks well spent. Anyway, you don't necessarily need this one, but it certainly comes in handy. What I like to use is a good solid steel screwdriver. It don't necessarily have to be a flat blade or Phillips blade or whatever. It don't even have to be a screwdriver, but you'll see where that comes in handy here shortly. A little bit of gun solvent, something along these lines here, and a little bit of grease. Personally, this is a shooter's choice, as I like to say, but a little bit of grease, and you'll see where that comes into play here momentarily as well. First thing you do is you're going to take your muzzle device off, obviously, and like most things in life, lefty loosey, righty tighty. Go ahead and get this dude cracked off. And, ooh, boy, that was tough. Anyway, this is the Smith & Wesson patented muzzle device that comes on their Magpul rifles, the newer ones. Like I said, it's pretty long at 3 1/4 inches, but it's really effective. It does a great job of mitigating your flash, but I don't care for that length. A good rule of thumb is anytime you're doing one of these, you'll always want to put a new crush washer on. Different people call them different things. I call them crush washers. They are what they are. We've got a new one we're going to put on. They're cheap enough. When you're purchasing your device of choice, go ahead and order you one. You know, they're like 25 cents. No harm, no foul. Now, I've already pulled this off and cleaned it. What have you? You probably noticed that the original muzzle brake or flash suppressor came off pretty easy. That's why. What you would do at this point is you would take your like a little Q-tip or piece of cloth, whatever, with some of your solvent on it, and you'll find that you've got a lot of carbon and what have you built up all around the muzzle, maybe even some on the threads, whatever. Go ahead and rub all that off. Then take a little bit of your grease. Again, I like the choke tube grease from Otters. Works just fine. It's good high temp gun grease. And coat up your threads pretty well. So anyway, once you've done that, excuse me, you then, imagine that you slide your crush washer on, or your Belleville washer, or your muzzle washer, whatever. Then you take this little dude, or whatever little dude you've decided to buy, and you thread it on. Get it good and hand tight. Now, this particular one doesn't have the notches in it like you'll see here and on most muzzle devices, which are standardized to fit AR platform rifles. This new one doesn't, and that's where your good solid screwdriver comes in handy. You got these nice big channels, just run your screwdriver in there and twist, 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 torque till she's pretty much straight up and down. Let me take a peek at that from behind the camera. I think we need to go just a little more. What do you think, YouTube? Is that looking pretty up and down? It's looking pretty up and down to me. I mean, I'm a little persnickety, but I'm not an absolute perfectionist. If it's not exactly 90 degrees, it's not going to be the end of the world or whatever. But that's looking pretty darn good to me. But there you have it. It's really just that simple, guys. And if you're not familiar with this style of brake, there's probably 1,000 companies making 1,000+ versions or variants of this general style. I've shot quite a few different styles. I really like the Miklik style. And like I said, the GRG unit I put on my bolt rifle has served me well for the last year, so we're going to give this a try. But anyway, at this point, you simply take your upper back off your vise or whatever. Like I said, you know, you could probably do this without the vise and get a buddy to help hold it or whatever, but the vise makes it so much easier. You could probably do it without one of these armorer's hammers with, you know, a pair of slip joint pliers or whatever, but the armorer's hammer again makes it easier. And there it is. That's all there is to it. For all you do it yourself guys, this is probably one of the easiest things you could do yourself, so have at it. Love you guys. Take care. God bless. Hit that like button. If you got any questions or comments, by all means, feel free to leave them. We always like seeing those. In the meantime, be well. God bless.